You learned early that love came with a script, that to be safe, you had to perform. Smile when you hurt, agree when you disagreed, disappear when you longed to be seen. You became fluent in faking calm, in editing your truth, in saying, "I'm okay," while your soul screamed. And the world praised your strength, never knowing you were breaking. You believed your real self wasn't enough, that if they saw your pain, your doubt, your need, they'd leave. So you perfected the character everyone loved and buried the one you were. You mistook exhaustion for dedication, believed that if you just performed well enough, long enough, you'd finally feel safe. But the stage never ends when you're the only one acting. You've minimized your needs so long, you've forgotten what you actually want. Not what they expect, but what you desire. What brings you peace? What if healing isn't about becoming better at performing, but about finding the courage to step off the stage and finally be seen, not as a role, but as a soul? You fear that if you stop performing, you'll be rejected, that without the smile, the agreement, the effort, you'll be unlovable. But what if love should never be earned? You've been told to just be yourself. As if it's that simple. As if your nervous system hasn't been trained to equate authenticity with danger. You equate silence with safety. Believe that if you don't speak your truth, you won't be hurt. But what if the deepest pain isn't rejection, but never being known? You've spent so long editing yourself, you've started to believe the performance is you. But your body remembers the parts you've hidden. You believe that to be loved, you must be useful. That care is conditional. But what if real connection isn't transactional, but rooted in presence? You've been taught that peace means no conflict. But what if real peace means being able to say, "This hurts," and still be loved? Your performance wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. It protected you when no one else would. And now, it can teach you how to step off the stage, safely. Healing starts not with shouting, but with whispering. With one word, one breath, one honest, "I feel." You don't have to speak to everyone. You only need to speak to those who have earned the right to hear you. Start small. Start safe. Your voice doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. It just has to be yours. And it's okay if it trembles. That's not weakness. It's courage. You are allowed to reclaim your voice. Not to please, not to perform, but to exist. To say, "I am here. I matter. I feel." This isn't about becoming loud. It's about becoming free. Free to speak, free to stay silent. But this time, on your own terms. You don't have to stay on the stage anymore. You don't have to perform for love. You can step off, not to disappear, but to finally be seen. Start by listening. To the child who learned to hide, to the part of you that still holds its breath. Honor that fear. Then gently invite it to speak. Your truth matters, not because it's perfect, but because it's human, because it carries the weight of your survival and the hope of your healing. Healing isn't about erasing your performance. It's about understanding it and choosing for the first time when to speak and when to rest. You are not broken. You adapted, and now you can evolve, not by becoming someone new, but by returning to the self that was always there. You are worthy of being known, not when you're louder, not when you're fixed, but right now, exactly as you are, even if your voice shakes. If this resonates, you're not alone. For a gentle guide to help you exit performance, reclaim your voice, and heal from the inside, explore the link in the description.